I'm excited to show you how AI can revolutionize your mortgage business and help you work smarter, not harder.
Hey, I appreciate you taking a moment to check out the LoanOfficer AI system. I wanted to build a process and a system that would be able to replace myself, all of the monotony that we have to do as loan officers, and all the missed opportunities that we quite frankly experience as loan officers. I wanted to do my best to automate the process and to bridge any of those gaps that we have in regards to our data. And so essentially, what I'm showing you here is when we first log into the system, you're going to kind of see a summary or report card of exactly kind of how your business is performing. But the main thing that I want to show you here on this dashboard page is the My Rate section. And the reason that this section is so important, the reason why I wanted to set up my system to be able to integrate directly with national average of rates, we're teaching the AI what your rates are tracking on an average, and then also we're setting up a threshold here. So I've set my threshold at 0.5%. As you know, with FHA and VA loans, typically 0.5% is the threshold, but you can adjust it as you need. But when we come into the borrower's actual file, what we're going to see when we come into the summary here is we're going to have a summary of the borrower's short 1003. But what we really want to be looking at here is the tabs at the top, because this is where we're going to be able to adjust any of our actions, track our lead sources, things like that. Because what we can do is we can create automations and teach the AI as well how to handle various lead sources, in the conversation section. This is where we're going to have a summary of any of the conversations, be it email or text with the borrower. And the great thing about this is with the Reactive AI, it's like having a second underwriter always on staff to help answer questions for borrowers. And let's pull up an example here. It says, hey, I'm looking to buy a duplex in Orange County. I heard the loan limits can vary by property type. Can you tell me what the max FHA and conforming limit are for a two-unit home in my area? It's going to give you three examples or three options to choose from to make any adjustments to it. The AI is going to learn any adjustments you make to it. You send that off, and just make answering questions for borrowers really easy. In the marketing section, if a borrower is enrolled in a campaign, it will show here. Now, campaigns are going to be, you can have all various kinds of campaigns. But for example, I mentioned before, we have a trigger lead campaign. We get a trigger, it enrolls them into a campaign. Now, the AI Assistant mode, when we turn this on, what this is basically doing is AI Assistant is going to be that second set of eyes. It's always watching your data and looking for opportunities to engage with borrowers. And so it's going to prevent your leads from ever collecting dust. And you can set that on pre-approval mode, where you can approve the messages, or we can set it on autonomous mode, where the AI will do the outbound engagement with borrowers automatically. We've also got the appointment mode. What the appointment mode here is doing for us is, if we turn this on, anytime a borrower replies to a message, be it a text or an email, the appointment mode is going to kick in and try to schedule that appointment with that borrower. So, for example, in order to show this to you, I'm going to launch up our appointment mode here in our user settings. All right, so here we are in the appointment mode in the user settings. AI is going to interact with borrowers when they send a message in. Here's a great example. And the client, my self-employed client, writes off a lot of income on their taxes. What mortgage options are available for business owners and 1099 earners? And what would work with bank statement loans? So as you can see, the AI is saying absolutely we can offer bank statement loans designed specifically for self-employed borrowers like business owners and 1099 earners. These loans use your bank statements to verify income instead of tax returns. Would you like to schedule a call to explore this option with Jared? Yeah, that's great news. Let's chat. Great. Could you please let me know your preferred date and time and a call, and I'll coordinate with Jared Hart to set it up. I'm off on Fridays. Perfect. Jared's available on Friday, March 14th, 11 a.m. I'll schedule the call for you. Please confirm, and I'll take care of the rest. So now what's happening here is the AI is essentially just booked this with the borrower. The AI is putting it onto my calendar. So it's all right, hopping back into the borrower's file, we go from appointment mode over to the rate watch. If you add a borrower's mortgage information, a rate watch will automatically be synced. And so, for example, this rate watch is set up. The borrower's got 7.5, so there's going to be an automatic active rate watch set in place for 7%. Self-explanatory. But any notes that you do add to the system, the AI is going to have access to. So it does help to put as much data into the system as possible, because the more context, the more information the AI has, the better it's going to perform. We've got a section here that's called mortgage, and this is where we're going to be basically listing any of the borrower's quotes that we're creating for them. For borrower, here's a refinance scenario where it's taking the borrower's existing loan, and what we're doing is we're creating a couple of side-by-side offers. These offers have various terms to them, different closing cost amounts based off of rate and credits, etc. But the point being is we can create all these various scenarios for the borrower, showing them the estimated savings, monthly term savings, dates of being paid off, etc. When the borrowers get the email, it's going to basically be a side-by-side comparison, showing them easy to understand, quick breakdowns. They can toggle through the various options. You can create as many of these as you want to. It will show the estimated cash to close on these different loan scenarios, the different interest rates. You can add notes to the scenarios as well, so the borrower can be informed that this is what it's comparing to on their existing loan, total interest paid, total interest savings. I really want to show you how cool it is to be able to do these campaigns with AI. What we would do is we'd create the trigger first and foremost, is we would maybe look at, let's say, for example, we want to do a rate watch campaign, right? So this would be anytime we have a rate watch achieved, we can create a campaign. So for this example in this campaign, we want to notify past clients when an interest rate drop, offer them a mortgage review, create the campaign. So here's an example. The AI has built out for us a campaign. It's a campaign that starts with an email and a text message right out of the gates. It's got links embedded into it as far as your loan application. So it's all touch. every other day it looks like we've got the campaign. That's the frequency that the AI is set up. So it's a real great way to really hyper target various campaign needs that you may have. I also want to point out that the AI is capable of creating campaigns in basically virtually every language. Every language that OpenAI is trained up the campaigns in those languages. So really makes it convenient if you've got borrowers or loan officers that are bilingual in making sure that you're able to put relevant messaging in front of the right borrowers. The AI assistant mode that we went over earlier, that's just basically a summary of any pending messages, and we can turn this into automatic mode or not. The trigger links is going to be any links that you want to have, dropped into your marketing, whether you've got a Calendly or you've got a video on YouTube, or we can create a lot of email templates and set these up for you that are really high level, professional looking types of templates based off of various programs that maybe you've got set within, your company. So we can help you set all that up. And then I'll point out too that this could be toggled between borrowers and partners, because we're going to have certain campaigns that are important for borrowers. We'll have different campaigns that are important for partners. The quotes is going to be a summary of any of the quotes that you've sent out to the borrowers in the past. So the pipelines is a great tool. This is where we're able to really sync your data with your loan origination software, and we can have triggers associated with these various statuses, so that if a file goes to underwriting or appraisal is ordered, we can set it up so that buyer's agent and the listing agent will both get email outreach from them. So you'll be sending texts to them, emails to them, letting them know various stages, and that's a really good way for you to build those relationships with maybe those agents that you are representing the sellers of the property, you're representing the buyers, right? So great way for you to get your foot in the door. Workflows, and you can set up multiple workflows, so you can have different workflows for your pre-approved buyers, for your hot leads, for your declines, whatever you want to set up. You can have various flows set up to make sure that you're capitalizing on every opportunity. And of course, our Rate Watch tool is set up in place. It allows you to keep a second set of eyes on your database all the time. The business partner section too, these are going to be real estate agents, your CPAs, your divorce attorneys, people that you want to create a relationship with. When you open up a business partner lead, you're going to see a summary of any leads that they've sent to you, any borrowers, the status of that lead, the loan amount. So it's a great way for you to track where you're getting your business from. In addition to this, you can set these agents up on marketing mode with rate watches. And so you can send them either a weekly or a daily rate watch that will give them a summary of here's where my rates are tracking for the day. And that's just an additional value add, a way to keep your name in front of those referral partners and give them an added value, keeping their pulse on what the rate market is doing. I want to walk you through the kind of the user settings, because we've got a lot of tools within here. You can embed your social media links. You're going to get your own texting and forwarding number, so that calls will work seamlessly between your phone and the LoanOfficer.ai platform. You can embed your system to track with your different calendars, whether it's Google Outlook. You can sync it with Zoom as well. You can turn the AI appointment setter mode on. What time windows do you want those meetings to be booked? And so you can really manage, maybe you want to only do your pre-qualification calls 3 days out of the week. Of course, we've got a setup here where you can teach the AI about your bio, what your strong suits are, your company, a little summary of what that is. This helps the AI in engaging with borrowers when it's. So this is all set up within the individual user settings. In the company settings, you're able to customize multiple fields within the system. You can create multiple tags for borrowers, multiple statuses for borrowers. You can really get down and, customize all of your different lead sources, and being able to teach the AI the way that your business is working, statuses of these partners. Pretty much any option within the system can be customized to work customized with your flow. Actually, let me drag this up here. The system has a support center where if you have any questions, and here's a great example, the support speaks multiple languages as well. But if you have any questions, right? So any question you may have, ask the AI. The AI is going to be able to answer it for you, give you. All right, so basically gives you step-by-step of how to go add Rate Watch, log into the borrower, click the Create Rate Watch tab, and you're all set up. So that it does operate as a functional dialer as well. You can create multiple lists. If you want to create a list of all your funded borrowers that are in credit repair, trigger leads, you set up these various filters, launch up your dial session, and you're off to the races as far as calling borrowers. So that's the way that the system is all set up. We can go into more depth if you are able to book a demo with us, so we can get you on our calendar and show you exactly how this system works and can really streamline your business and help you get more loans funded. Thanks so much.